about starting your own business?
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of people in there that might be thinking of
Reach
it right
for the
now.
stars, baby.
Well, dust off those business plans. Get ready to take action. Your best resource for success is easy to find and available for free.
For free?
Chris Huntington explains how to score a small business.
Pink slip is a phrase most U.S. workers hope they'll never hear. But for one entrepreneur, it's the fulfillment of a dream. Meet Margot Andros. She's the owner of Grand Central Station's lingerie store, Pink Slip.
This is my business. I've been in here for about 5 years.
She left the corporate world to turn her dream into reality.
I wanted to own my own business, and I loved fashion, but I didn't have a whole lot of experience in it. And I just started actually by buying some product and reselling it. I didn't have all the experience in all the areas that I needed. So one of the keys, I think, in succeeding in business is surrounding yourself with the resources that are out there and the right people.
This became her best resource.
Good morning. My name is Sheila Zaslauer, and I am a SCORE volunteer. I would like to welcome you to today's seminar, Strategies for Succeeding, sponsored by the New York City chapter of SCORE.
SCORE, the consulting arm of the Small Business Administration, is a nonprofit organization of some 12,000 retired and working volunteers nationwide. In addition to seminars, SCORE provides free face-to-face business consulting.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
I work with several counselors, one in particular, Marvin Rosen, as a matter of fact, who is very instrumental in, he knows my business, he knows my personality, he knows the struggles I've been through. He knows the challenges. He's been in business. He's been in my line of business.
I'm a former garment manufacturer. I made ladies' clothing, both sportswear and dresses and evening gowns, et cetera, and I retired some years ago and joined SCORE as a volunteer. Our job, basically, at SCORE is to prevent them from losing their money.
His newest protege is Terry Harlow.
Having spent 20 years in the corporate world, I'm really ready to trust my inner voice and my intuition.
This is her first SCORE seminar.
So far, it's been good. I've learned about finances. I've learned about different types of legal entities.
Partnership must file a federal tax return.
And I'm anxiously awaiting the business plan, which comes a bit later today.
Herbert Kasdan is another SCORE counselor.
Well, we meet the entire gamut, from people who've been fired, people on welfare, people who've been in business and not doing well and want to know some help that they can have to come back and be profitable.
As for Pink Slip owner Andros, she's looking to grow her business to another level. And she called on her SCORE counselor, Marvin Rosen, to weigh in on her business plan.
I think people don't realize that there are counselors that have years of experience in there, and with their guidance and their help, you can avoid a lot of mistakes and become successful. And they're not just people who give you a list. They get involved, and they check in on you, and they want to know what you're doing, and they have their thoughts and they have their opinions. So that's a big thing when people get involved.
For Andros, SCORE is more than just a group of business consultants.
I consider them my unofficial Pink Slip board, you know?
For Dolan's Unscripted, this is Chris Huntington, CNN Financial News, New York.
Don't forget your second win, so says Billy Joel. And I will tell you, a lot of wonderful, wonderful people are getting their second win. Some are retired who are in this program, others aren't. But I'll tell you one thing they're committed to. They're committed to a dream we've all had from one time to another, our own business idea. We don't know where to start.
Well, we do now because we have the Chief Executive Officer of SCORE with us. His name is Ken Yancey. Ken, nice to have you here.
Great to be here.
He's like the big cheese at SCORE.
Explain to the uninitiated what SCORE is. What does SCORE stand for, and what is it?
Sure. SCORE is Counselors to America's Small Business. And Ken and Daria, as you know from the time you spent in Florida with the SBA Expo, many individuals' vision of the dream, American dream, is small business ownership. And SCORE is the premier volunteer organization in our country that's totally dedicated to the success of small business owners and those that would like to start a business.
May I say, Ken Yancey, how proud we are of small business in America, the single biggest employer of people.
Well, we are proud as well. And our volunteers, 11,200, located in over 400 chapters across the country, donate their time and expertise to see that that group of people, those small business owners creating those jobs, have the very best chance for success.
Now, let's say I own a small business, And
I'm thinking of doing one.
Well, or I own one already,
Uh-huh.
but it's not quite gelling. So I decided, somebody says to me, get a hold of SCORE. Talk to someone at SCORE. If I come to you at SCORE, is this a one-shot deal? What will you do for me? What can't you do for me?
How long will you do it?
How long will you do it?
We know it's a people-to-people opportunity. We want to know the time frame.
It's a people-to-people opportunity, and the time frame is unlimited. We actually offer 3 services. The first, face-to-face counseling. That's available in any of our offices across the country. That counseling is also available on email through our website at www.score.org. You can find the individual that best suits your business needs, ask a question, and we respond. We also do a series of workshops or seminars at the chapter level. Last year, 6,800 seminars total on...
6,800 seminars?
6,800 on things that relate to starting, growing, managing a small business.
Now, the seminars aren't free, though, are they?
The seminars do have a small charge associated, but it only averages about $35. And they're easy to find. Our nearest chapter is on the web at www.score.org. There's a Find SCORE feature that's zip code driven, so you can find the nearest chapter, or you can call us at 1-800-634-0245, and we'll be happy to give you the address and telephone number of your nearest chapter as well.
Mr. Marketer over here. I love this. You're proud of the program, as well you should be. Now, here's a question, Ken Yancey, and I may be off base. I know SCORE helps small business people in business or to get in business, but I want to know, ideally, what kind of a volunteer you guys need and works best. Because I may want to help. I may have some time to help.
Yeah, I just happen to have an application in my pocket, so I'm anxious to have you,
booked
Ken
this
and
guy
Daria,
anyway?
as well. We're looking for individuals with quality business experience that really have an ability to relate well to people. You know, in a counseling environment is absolutely the key.
Yeah, because you can be really good at a business and not do very well in communicating.
You said it better than I could.
And Cobb.
Yeah, great manager. Casey Stengel, not a good player, but a great manager the other way around.
And we find the same thing in SCORE. Now, having said that, in SCORE, there are other things that need to be done at the chapter level that are beyond just the counseling. You know, our volunteers, we're 100% volunteer-driven in the field. 100%. Only 14 paid employees nationwide.
In the whole thing.
Wow.
So it's a very efficient service. We need people that have public relations backgrounds, marketing backgrounds, fundraising backgrounds, administrative backgrounds. Those are all very essential to the operations of the chapter. And just like those that would like to benefit from the service, a volunteer can contact us, or potential volunteer, through the website at www.score.org.
What website is that? Oh, score.org.
Score.org, or through the 800 number at 1-800-634-0245.
Now, when we first started recommending SCORE to callers on radio,
When my hair was black,
18 years ago. At that time, it was known as the Service Corps of Retired Executives. But a lot of your counselors now are still working full-time, correct?
Today, about 20% of our counselors are still employed, and we're not using the Service Corps of Retired Executives as often. We're using Counselors to America's Small Business, which really describes what our volunteers do and provide.
It doesn't matter whether you're retired or not. If you've got good advice, it's welcome.
It is absolutely welcome, and what makes the magic in SCORE is the fact that all these individuals are willing to volunteer, and we're certainly looking forward to having both of you on the rolls.
Who booked him, would you say? Ken, what's your biggest challenge at SCORE? You and the gang at SBA, you and Hector are good for. Please say hello to Hector Barreto for us.
Be happy to do that.
Tell us what's your challenge.
Hector's been a marvelous supporter, as has
Yeah.
the SBA. I think the biggest challenge you're helping us with right now is getting the word out.
Sure.
You know, the fact is that we're there. We're in over 400 offices. We're available online. And the fact that not every small business owner or potential small business owner knows about us and takes advantage of us is the real tragedy. So
Absolutely.
the opportunity to be here and in other venues similar where we can get the word out on what we do and how we do it and the benefit to the communities and the country is great.
Final point, Ken Yancey, and I think you just made it, but I'll paraphrase it. An awful lot of small businesses go out of business because they just don't get off on the right foot. Let's see if we can lessen the number of small business failures by being counseled by people who have done it successfully.
Absolutely. Failing to plan is often planning to fail.
What is that website again? I forgot.
www.score.org.
I thought that's what it was. Ken, we'll see.
So good at it. Ken Yancey, a pleasure making your acquaintance.
We'll see you
so
again.
much.
We will continue to recommend SCORE.
Say hello to Hector for us.
Yes, sir.